cat's life. Curled upon the crumpled sheets, in the same place every day, the pussycat purrs and the soft warm fur have blown my cares away. We listen to the rain outside, the splatter on the tiles. We lie beneath the sloping eaves, amidst the laundry piles. Oh, to have a moment's peace, to forget what worries me, and if I die and live again, a cat's life it will be. A dreary day. I sit at the window, I look at the rain. Splish, splosh, splash in the puddles, relentless rain. Beyond, the cloud has come down over the hills, a shroud of damp cotton wool. One black rabbit on the lawn, one cawing crow on the chimney. A song from a balcony. I sat on a bench in the humid air, with my head in my hands and a gloomy stare. I sat on a bench in the humid air, with my mood in the gutter and dust in my hair. The city of Florence was winding down, folding to night like a golden gown, when all at once I heard a sound which lifted my mood from the dusty ground. It came from a balcony on a second floor, where light seeped out through a slatted door. A woman's voice so perfect and pure, like a magical drug or a miracle cure. She was singing a song to her lonely self, like a porcelain doll on her own little shelf. She wore a red shawl round her delicate shoulders, the colour of passion when it quietly smoulders. She sang to the rooftops high and low, towards the hills and the great Duomo. Her breast was heaving with passion and might, as she sang her song to the oncoming night. My own was still as I listened with awe to the most lovely girl that I ever saw. In that glorious moment she was singing to me, like a flower that calls to a hungry bee. And my heart was released from its doom and gloom, as my eyes migrated to that rose in bloom. Nothing existed but that one little scene, nothing mattered that had already been. My worries were scattered like leaves in the wind, like a man in confession just after he sinned. There was redemption in front of my eyes, innocent and free like a baby's cries. And when she had finished her beautiful song, I knew it would haunt me the whole night long. It was then that she saw me on the wooden bench, and her gaze grabbed my heart with a powerful wrench. She smiled as she realized I was looking her way, and her eyes showed me feelings they would always betray. She turned from the railings to walk inside, and the light in my soul almost faded and died. But she beckoned me up with a curl of her finger, relighting my soul like a match to tinder. A talk on the bridge. I'd never met her in my life, but I'd seen her once before. I'd never met her in my life, and yet I told her everything. I told her on a bridge, amidst the dappled sunlight. I told her what my problems were, and shared my deepest thoughts. I had never met her in my life, and yet I told her everything. And she told me about herself, about what troubled her. So there we were, two human beings, two strangers to each other, talking of our troubled lives above a flowing river. An angel called Hermione. Her wings engulf me, warm, safe wings, more symbolic than real. Angels don't have wings, she says. We don't need them. Dear Hermione, why do I worry? Why is this world so painful? Why do bad things happen to decent people? Look at the sky, she says. I glance above me. High in the deep blue air, a speck is floating. That's your soul, she says, way up there among the clouds. It will overcome anything. It will soar to great heights. It will conquer fear. It will crush injustice. Worry for nothing, she says. Cards in Tuscany. Sitting in the Tuscan shade in a little cobbled yard, a group of aging gentlemen are playing a game of cards. A little old man in a grubby white hat is the one they need to beat. They play their hands and wipe their brows in the sweltering summer heat. Alberto is the old man's name. He's beaten them twice before. They cannot let him win this game and add to his previous score. He's an awfully clever gentleman. He's famous in the region. He arrived from Paris a year ago after leaving the Foreign Legion. Some say he doesn't belong here. Some say he's just a cheat. He drinks their wine and smokes a pipe, and he's got a favourite seat. The final card at last is played. His tensions mount and pulse rates soar. The little old man in the grubby white hat has beaten them all once more. He downs his last Chianti and rises to his feet. He gives them all a friendly wink and makes a fast retreat. Come with me. Come with me to where the sand meets the sea, to where the roses bloom, to where the daffodils sing, and where the moon is as bright as the sun. Come with me to where the river ends, to where the sky is blue, to where the birds float on the breeze, and to where the spirit soars. I have seen the far reaches of heaven. I have crossed that boundary. I have bathed in the warmth. Now I am here. I stand by your side, by your ear, and whisper softly to you. You need not leave. All that is good in this world you can see. You open your eyes to the beauty. Why dwell on the old when the old is past? Dwell on the future, which is coming. Let there be a future. Do not travel with me to that other place. Instead, let me remind you of it, and nothing more. Descent. We descend gracefully and sink into great pillows of sun-kissed clouds that enfold us utterly. This world above the world is a heavenly kingdom, where God is the pilot, and angels see to your comfort. In her own words, I am a gnome in a forest, far from human dwelling. I eat the fruits on the trees and leave the beasts to themselves. I am small, but I am not weak. I am life. I consume death. Death will not conquer. It will bleat like a sheep and be slaughtered like a lamb. My body is my own. My mind is my own. My heart is my own. No one can touch them. I am Mary Stuart. I am a queen. My enemies may condemn me. My cousin may imprison me. But I am a queen. God's anointed queen, heir to the throne of England. Inchmahome. 5 little Marys on a beautiful island, safe in a priory surrounded by trees. One was a queen with a head of red curls, the rest her companions, and all were but girls. Hidden away in a time of danger, 5 little souls plucked from the manger. chosen to serve their sovereign friend, at whatever cost, to whatever end. They danced in the bluebells, those 5 little Marys, and each of them giggled like sweet little fairies. But flowers wilt and innocence dies, something those Marys would soon realize. So let them sleep safe in their warm little beds, with sumptuous dreams awake in their heads. For it would come, that terrible day, when their queen would die at Fotheringay. Ladybird. Ladybird, ladybird, where are you? Sitting on a flower, enjoying the view. Ladybird, ladybird, what do you see? A fairy, an angel, and a honeybee. Ladybird, ladybird, what can you hear? Fairy music, loud and clear. Ladybird, ladybird, what do you sense? A feeling of hope and magnificence. For although I am small, I can see many things, so I feel no pain when the honeybee stings. Ladybird, ladybird, what do you mean? There is more than just air in the space between. If I can see angels, then so can you. Open your eyes and enjoy the view. Little green swing. I cross the field at dead of night to sit on the little green swing, and there I sway to my heart's content and listen to cicadas sing. Back and forth on the little green swing, back and forth I go, and I talk to God on that little green swing, talk of things he didn't know. I tell him that I need his help. I tell him that I'm scared tonight, for only he can understand, only he can put it right. Creak, creak, creak goes the little green swing, a comforting sound in the dark. A firefly comes drifting past, producing its own bright spark. God knows all about me. He knows I'm scared of life. And even when I think I'm happy, he knows I'm full of strife. So back and forth on the little green swing, back and forth I go, and he tells me things that give me hope, things that only he would know. Loch Leven. Loch Leven, Loch Leven, my pretty Loch Leven, how still you seem tonight. My lady, my beautiful lady, be gone on your perilous flight. Your heart is on fire, your kingdom in tatters, your son is being groomed for the throne. Your faithful are waiting, my beautiful lady, be glad you are not on your own. Loch Leven, my pretty Loch Leven, how dark you seem tonight. Do not show them fear, my beautiful lady, may God be your beacon of light. Who are you, my lady, if not Queen of Scots? Who are you that flees from your prison? Some claim you are a murderess destined for hell. To others, you are proof of the risen. Loch Leven, my pretty Loch Leven, how still you seem tonight. But the currents are stirring, my beautiful lady, and the storm clouds are just within sight. Mulberry High Street. The scent in the evening air is wood smoke. Ahead of me is Mulberry High Street. I have not seen it in 15 years. Apart from the shops, it has not changed. The church spire peeking out above the trees at one end, and the clock on the town hall at the other. It's 9:30. People are milling about. Although Friday night, it is busy for Mulberry. Again I smell the wood smoke. I look at the little lanes leading off into their cosy dead ends, I gaze at the illuminated shop fronts and their half-barrel windows. It is all still here, as if it's been waiting my return. I have moved on since my childhood, so has Mulberry High Street. But in essence, it's still the same, just like me. I'm still the child in the garden at Trinant, listening to the call of the wood pigeon. With my sister I am revisiting the past. Our lives have changed, but we are still the same people. We have been through different things, seen different parts of the world, have different points of view, and yet as we walk home after a pleasant meal, I learn that she is no better off than me. She's still my big sister. I'm still her younger brother. We are family. We turn our backs on Mulberry High Street, just me and her now. Our footsteps echo down the lane. The scent in the evening air is wood smoke. Midnight Village. The full moon rises. All is still. People drift into their houses, closing doors against the chill. Midnight in the village I call home. Midnight in the village where I roam. Night has come now, time to be alone. The moon is out now, so I wander on my own. The streets are silent, nothing there, and the cobbles on the pavement are freezing in the air. I walk these streets after midnight, past the shop with all its sweetmeats, looking pretty in the moonlight. The marble fountain, a wishing well, reflects the snowy mountain and the quiet forest dell. I pass the playground and the trees, see the phantom children, hear their voices in the breeze. The bats are flying past my face, like a person gently sighing at a truly rapid pace. I cross the river, through the reeds. The bubbles shine with silver, like sparkling little beads. I wander on now, towards the farm. I talk to the little brown cow in the corner of the barn. My hands are freezing, cold as death. The newborn lamb is bleating with all its tender breath. All is still here, safe and sound. I wipe away a stray tear. My feelings are profound.